Warriors, my friends, my extended family, welcome to the Anxiety Guy podcast, episode number 348. Thanks so much for being a vital part of this community. My friends, if you get the chance, head over to theanxietyguy.com today. And as you do, go ahead and read a few of my blog posts. Go ahead and listen to a few of the previous podcast episodes. And, most importantly, go ahead and learn more about any of my anxiety recovery programs at theanxietyguy.com. And friends, we're on this journey, and each and every one of us are at different stages of this journey. And no two journeys are alike. And so today, we're going to oppose an idea that comes from our subconscious sides. This idea is that when we are in trouble, when we feel like we need to express ourselves and open up about our anxieties, that other people must understand us. And if they understand us, we feel understood. And if we feel understood, then that sort of gives us permission to take the next step forward. Me, during my multiple anxiety disorders a few years ago, was always looking for understanding, connection, hoping that others would understand my anxiety, my symptoms, my fears, myself, so that I didn't feel so crazy, so that I didn't feel so left out. But on the opposite side of all of this is the idea of why it's a good thing that no one understands your anxiety. More often than not, we don't give ourselves the opportunity to see another perspective. We're always searching for one thing, and we're always looking to confirm beliefs that we hold from childhood. But today I want to share with you why it's a good thing that no one understands your anxiety. I want to set you free from this. The comfort coming from another person can eventually become reliance. Reliance then can lead to feeling incapable of ourselves. So here we're talking about reliance, my friends. And more often than not, we discuss secondary gains on this podcast. The more people start to empathize with our anxiety, the more hooked we become. And what tends to happen is people start to connect deeply to their anxiety, and they're too afraid to leave that place of anxiety because of what they're receiving during anxiety, because of the connections that they are making. This is unconscious. So, when and if somebody does understand us, that can, not does all the time, but can lead to reliance, relying on other people's opinions, relying on other people to be there with us in order to do what we think we can't do by ourselves. When another person doesn't understand your anxiety, it's an opportunity to move away from blame or self-victimization and towards understanding and persistence. Now, imagine that you could see this as an opportunity. Someone doesn't understand your anxiety, that is an opportunity. But an opportunity for what, Dennis? An opportunity to look deep within. Let me give you an example of this, my friends. I have a client, okay, and this person's going through my programs right now. And he comes to me and says, Dennis, I feel like I'm always itching myself. I'm always itching. And I've gone to every doctor, every physician. I've gone to physiotherapy, chiropractors. I've taken everything for this thing. And I just can't stop this itching sensation that I get when I start conversing with other people. So I asked him this very important question. I asked him, what are you itching to get out of? And he looked at me and he said, wow, that's interesting, because there are a couple of things, including my own relationship, that I am considering getting out of, but I seem to find myself within all the time. What are you itching to get out of? You see, these sorts of symptoms and sensations have deeper meanings to them. They have feelings connected to them. They have emotions connected to them. They have labels connected to them. They have traumas and experiences connected to them. There are relationships, past relationships connected to them. And what this is, when somebody doesn't understand your anxiety, is an opportunity to go within to understand your patterns better. Because healing anxiety comes down, a massive part of it comes down to pattern recognition and placing a different meaning on your symptoms. This is key. No two anxiety stories are exactly the same. No two struggles are exactly the same. So another person may be struggling in another form that is different than the way you are. This sort of open-minded thinking will help us to guide our initial feelings of anger and confusion. Just because someone doesn't experience the same kind of anxiety disorder as you doesn't mean they're not struggling. This is your struggle. This is your opportunity to grow. These are the lessons that you must learn. So stop going around and saying, why me? Other people are struggling in different ways. You must understand this. This creates empathy. This creates sympathy. This creates connection and deeper understanding. I used to go about my day and look at people and go, why am I suffering from an anxiety disorder? Little did I know that the person walking across the street was suffering from something else. So this is important. No more why me's. No more self-victimization. It's time. It's time to put yourself into an alliance with your own inner child. To show your inner child that those belief systems that he or she holds on to are outdated. And it's time for you to guide your sensations, the mental chatter, all of these things that you want to escape and run from. Because the universe will test us in this way to see if the peaceful warrior, that's you, can truly become what they want. The fear of responsibility and the pursuit of perfectionism will all be challenged in these very moments. The question becomes, can you move yourself from the aspect of your life where you have taken full responsibility into dealing with anxiety and let go of perfectionism with trust and faith that the clarity will come from within and in time? Let me repeat that. The clarity will come from within and in time. It's like stepping on the next step on the ladder. What step are you on? You're trying to skip 5 steps. You can't do that. You're not Superman, are you? Right? You can't fly through the air. In order to get to the next step, you must first step up to the challenges that are presented to you now. Understand this. If no one understands your anxiety, my question to you is this. What's great about that? Go reflect. Go explore. And I'll see you in the next podcast episode. If you're enjoying this podcast, please go ahead and share it with a group in need. Please go ahead and share it with someone in need. Let's build this community. Let's help others become more than anxiety. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.
The most powerful anxiety guidebooks on true anxiety recovery are now available on Amazon. Pick up Beyond Anxiety and F Coping, Start Healing, and supercharge your healing journey today. Also visit www.theanxietyguy.com to connect with Dennis and find the right online program for you. Remember, you are more than anxiety. See you in the next podcast episode.